Good morning. This is the Wise Hour 2 coming to you from the city where I live. I am a spiritual prepper. That means I try to do my best to overcome temptation. It doesn't mean I always do it. I do my best to follow Jesus. It doesn't mean that I will always follow him. There'll be times when I feel defeated. But a spiritual prepper is a person who prepares himself for the world. Not the man's will, but God's way. In other words, the man, or a woman, a man or woman, you're a person prepper that believes in spiritual prepping, believes in prayer, believes in God, believes in Jesus, believes in heaven when he dies, believes that there's a devil and that we have to overcome temptation, that we have to fix the world by believing in God and Jesus more and more, and doing our best. I'm not saying that that just God and Jesus or intelligence, of course, but we have to have a spiritual basis for everything. You know, a like for others, helping others requires that we have a source that helps to be that way. So I'm a spiritual prepper. What are some of the ways I spiritual prep? Well, we all have our spiritual belief. I'm a Christian, but there's different kind of people that say they're Christians and have their own beliefs. Believe me, I know. So, but I'm talking about prepping, and I'm talking about spiritual prepping. One way is I do my rosary. I pray to God every morning. I do my rosary, and I carry holy water with me. Holy water is good to have. You can make your own holy water and use it, but you have to be a very spiritual person. Make sure that you're spiritual, that you're one with God. There's a lot of things that I made a lot of videos. If you go to my Wise Hour 2 video, you will see that there's besides this world, besides the material world or the earthly world, there's a spiritual realm. And if you go to my videos in the Wise Hour 2, you see that the spiritual realm does exist. And there's a good realm with good people, and there's a common realm with a mixture of people, and there's an evil, more hideous realm that exists. We don't know that, but it does. Even if you're a skeptic, even if you don't believe that there's a God or there's enough evidence to believe in a God or to believe in Jesus, it's up to you which one. It doesn't matter. The evil realm does exist, and it doesn't matter if you believe in it or not. Or because you don't believe something exists, it doesn't mean that it doesn't exist. There's lots of things that we believe in that we don't really believe that exist, but it does happen. Lots of people in the past, in ancient time, didn't believe that we make it to the moon. We made it to the moon. In the old days, we didn't know that we didn't believe that we can look to a telescope and see other galaxies. We're looking at other galaxies, and we're mere mortals. We're not a god. We're mere mortals trying to be a god, maybe. Arrogance. But there's lots of things that we think that we need evidence to believe in. But let me tell you, no. Whether you believe in something or not, it doesn't mean it does not exist. One thing exists is the evil realm. And I know because I used to deal with the evil realm as a young man. And it does exist. And people who don't believe in God would tell you there's an evil realm and a good realm and the average realm. But it does exist. Lots of people who deal with with spiritualism. It can be anybody. It can be Wiccan. It can be Gypsy. It can be Native American Indian. It can be Buddhist. It can be anybody. There's a good side to life and a bad side. Now, some people believe that evil comes from inside of us. That good and evil exists in us. That may be true. That we have good and bad urges and bad things. But there's also an external evil that influences us, that tells us to do bad things, that entices us to do it. We have freedom of will, right? Sure we do. But not, we don't always listen to our freedom of will. We don't always make the right decisions, but we make a decision. We have freedom of will, sure. We can decide to do something good or bad, but there's also something that entices us to do it. Whether we achieve that goal and do what we are told to do by the external force is up to us. Temptation is temptation, but when you execute an action because of temptation, that's up to you or to me, not to the thing that influenced the temptation. There's a devil, and there's negative forces that exist. So that's why I have holy water. And you should have holy water too. It does work. There's testimonies to prove that holy water, and using Jesus' name, can help you overcome temptation and take away evil spirits. Oh, but you're a scientist, aren't you? Oh, I have a degree in physics. You want me to believe that mere water is going to take out the evil spirits? No, no. You believe in Jesus Christ and God. This is what helps. This is what helps. This is what helps. Praying every day, that's what helps. Keeping God's commandment and helping Jesus and believing in Jesus, that's what helps. Having faith, that's what helps. Putting on the armor of God, that's what helps. Yeah. I'm just saying that we should always be prepared for spiritual prep. See, I'm a spiritual prepper. And a spiritual prepper prepares spiritually for things to happen in situations. For example, if a situation occurs that I cannot handle, I pray to God. If I'm hungry, I have no money for food, I pray to God. Who knows? There are a lot of times in the past, as a young man, I was hungry. I would travel to a different state in this country, the United States, and I had no money. And I was starving many years ago, and I prayed to God. As soon as I finished praying to God, food came my way, many years ago. Why? Because God, there's a God. He will give you bread. It happens. I'm a living proof. Miracles happen. You pray to God to protect you, and you're going to get into a car accident. There are people who swear that an angel protected them from a hideous car accident. That what should have been a grave car accident was a superficial one. There are many people who drown, who die. They drowned, but something put them back to life again. Someone came, took them out of water, and somehow they were revived. Because they believe in God. If they didn't believe in God before, they will believe in Him now. Because they have near-death experiences. So I'm what you call a spiritual prepper. And I'm going to prepare you through videos that you know what it is to be a spiritual prepper. Does that mean that being a spiritual prepper will keep you out of trouble? No, it does not. It shows you how to handle problems more. Does it mean that we're going to overcome temptation? No, it does not. Does it mean that I'm not going to be a sinner? No. It means you have the freedom of will. But if you believe in God and Jesus, if you're a prepper, and do your prayers, do your rosary, read your scriptures, or believe in Jesus, or go to church, take your sacrament, or take your Eucharist, or whatever, you have a fighting chance to overcome these difficulties. You may get into an accident and may overcome it. You may escape death. Or, better yet, maybe you don't escape death. Maybe you do die, but you go to heaven. You go to heaven. You go to a better resting place. Hey, what can I tell you? Why I put on my, why I have my brown scapular? To go to a better resting place. What can I tell you? I'm not a magician. I'm not Houdini. If you're in a situation, I'm not going to put my finger at you and get you out of trouble. But God can. God can help you. I'll be making other videos about spiritual prepping. Spiritual prepping is a video in itself. Spiritual prepping is a kind to doomsday prepping, situation prepping, emergency prepping, emergency storage. Same thing, only you're working with God, with Jesus, with the angels, with the Holy Spirit. Does that make sense to you? And I've been making videos in that category. Oh, by the way, food storage, and doomsday prepping is in the Bible. Remember when Joseph was in prison? He was interpreting dreams. Well, he interpreted a dream for the king or for the governor of Egypt. I forgot which one it was. I haven't read Genesis, the book of Genesis, for a long time. And the chef, who was exonerated from being executed by the Egyptian king or governor from being beheaded, who was saved, whose judgment fell good upon himself, the chef who was exonerated by the king, told the king that the king's dreams can be interpreted. A king had a dream, no one can interpret. So the chef said, "Hey," I think it was a chef, or maybe an astrologer. I don't know who it was. I forgot how the story goes. One of them went to the king and said, "That's a prisoner you have that believes in God, in his own way, believes in his own God, who can interpret dreams, and it's really good at interpreting dreams." So the king sent for or summoned Joseph to come into the kingdom, and the dream was told to Joseph by the king or the governor. About now, what was the dream about? About Egypt being very fertile land, and there were cattle grazing or eating upon the grain, or the grass, and there were healthy cows. 7, or was it cattle? 7 of them were fat and very healthy. But then, as time went by, about 7 years, I think, they got skinny, and there was starvation all around the land, and the land was barren. It was going to a lot of trouble, and the land was no longer fertile, and the cows were very skinny. And Joseph told the king or the governor, that dream means that in 7 years, 7 cattle, Egypt's going to starve. It's going to have no food. People who have money, who are rich, won't be able to get food also, because there's going to be a famine. There's going to be a drought. There's going to be a problem. So the king said, "Okay, thank you." And right away, the king promoted or gave a job to Joseph. He was promoted. He was in charge of taking care of the situation with the storage and everything in the kingdom. So what happened? The king had a great storehouse full of food, clothing, special wood, special material, animals. Everything was stored away. So what happened? After 7 years, Egypt went to a problem with famine. And what happened? They were ready. They were ready for the emergency. They stored away all the things. They were rich. They were rich because of the warning. So food storage, emergency storage, and doomsday prepping. It was really a doomsday for the land. For that land, it was doomsday, okay? For that land. And all the lands around it, Egypt was prepared. And all the people who were rich gave money to Egypt, or the kingdom of Egypt, for food, clothing, wood, fragrance, all kind of stuff. People from the land that was starving made Egypt even richer, because God, who gave the power of to interpret dreams to Joseph, warned the king there's going to be a problem in the land, or the governor. I don't know which one it was. I've read Genesis for a long time, but you know the story. And because of God and the dream that he gave to Joseph, they were ready. They were prepped. So prepping is in the Bible. Food storing is in the Bible. in a lot of places in the Bible. That's why kingdoms have lots of storages and storehouses. There were storehouses because emergency. You see? It happens. It's there. Solomon had it. So spiritual prepping is part, food storage is part of spiritual prepping because God used his spiritual gift that he gave to Joseph to warn and to interpret the dreams of the king or the governor of Egypt. So spiritual prepping does exist. So I'll be making videos about spiritual prepping, okay? If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, share with your friends, leave a comment, or subscribe to my Wise Out 2 site or channel. And I keep you posted and all kind of videos dealing with how I prepped. How I prep and how some people I know prep. I send you videos on Facebook too. If you go to my Facebook, be my partner. Okay? I'm the Wise Out too, but in Facebook I'm Jesse. Okay? Jesse Palacio. So people who know me on Facebook. And I show you people who testify to Facebook, if you be my friend in Facebook. But on YouTube, if you go to my Wise Out 2, you see all my videos on spiritual prepping. Okay? I talk about prepping and being prepared in many ways. This is what I do. Am I a perfect person? Do I have any flaws? I most certainly do. I don't always overcome my temptation. I'm not perfect. If you ask me, do I fall into sin? Yes, I do. There's a devil, and I have to put on the armor of God each day. I got to be with God each day and Jesus each day, or I fall into sin. There are times I told my family I hated God. There are times I told my family that I hate the world. Because there's a devil that comes into us and tempts us. So yes, I do falter. Yes, I do crumble. And yes, I do go back to God. Yes, God pulls me out of these feelings and puts me back into his house. God comes to us and pulls us back. He receives us. He's a heavenly Father that receives us, like the prodigal son when he went back to his father. God embraces us and he always has us come back to him, like the prodigal son, the story in the Bible. I'm the Wise Out too, and I come to you from the city where I live. I'll be teaching spiritual prepping, so look for my videos, okay? The Wise Out 2 channel or site. This is Wise Out 2 coming at you from the city where I live. Over and out.